In today's video, we'll join Barbara O'Neill to explore gut health.
Many people have gut problems today because they were fed starch too young as babies.
You may not realize it, but the microorganisms in our gut are the key to maintaining balance and health. When the gut microbiome is stable, our bodies are better protected and thrive. But when it's out of balance, numerous digestive problems can arise. According to statistics, 40% of the global population is struggling with chronic digestive issues, a staggering number that's far higher than we might imagine. This highlights just how crucial it is to care for our digestive system every single day. In this video, we'll take a closer look at how the gut works, from its structure to the processes of digestion and nutrient absorption. But we won't stop at the theory. You'll also get practical, actionable tips to improve your gut health starting today. Make sure to stick around until the end of the video, where we'll share some special tips you won't want to miss. Let's begin this journey toward better gut health right now.
So the digestion begins in the mouth, and the pH in the mouth is alkaline. So what are the enzymes that are released in the mouth? One enzyme is ptyalin. And ptyalin is called a salivary amylase because ptyalin breaks down starch. Or you could call that carbohydrate. So what is starch? Starch is anything like bread, pasta, cereal, cakes, biscuits, things like that. Potatoes, they're all your starch. So ptyalin is the salivary amylase that begins the breakdown of starch. There is no ptyalin in the mouth of a baby. And the first teeth that a baby gets, 4 at the top and 4 at the bottom. And those teeth are called milk teeth. They're called milk teeth because that's the main food that babies should have. But it's also taste time. This is a good time for baby to suck on a piece of apple, suck on a gum away, maybe have little bits out of a celery stick or a stick of cucumber. And I remember we were eating at my daughter's place in Tasmania. It was the middle of winter and it was very cold, and she had a fire in the lounge room, so we put a sheet on the lounge room floor and we ate our meal there. And her little 10-month-old baby, what did that baby want to do? That baby wanted to do what we were doing, and yet the baby's only got 4 teeth. And so my daughter said, "What'll I do, Mum?" I said, "Give the baby one of those steamed green beans." And that little baby sat there so happy, thinking that it's doing everything that we're doing. And it took half an hour for that baby to get through 1 centimetre of that steamed green bean, and little bits are all over the place. Do you know, that's taste time. But baby's main food should be milk. The next teeth that come through are the molars. The molars come through further along, and the molars are grinders. And what do we grind? We grind grain. And when the molars are fully through, then the glands in the mouth release the salivary amylase ptyalin. So a baby should not have any starch till the molars are through. What age is that? That can be anywhere between 14 and 22 months of age. And what are mothers told to give their babies at 4 to 6 months of age? Cereal. What's cereal? Starch. Did you know that that's where malabsorption syndrome can begin to be built up in the gut? Is way back then. Do you know babies were breastfed for several years? They suck with their tongue and their top lip. That comes down. So when this slop, you know, the pharynx goes in, baby automatically goes like that. And you know what happens to the pharynx? It pops straight out the mouth again because of that action. So the mother scoops it up and puts it back in again. Have you ever seen mothers do it? Mm-hmm. Scoop it up, put it back in. It defies reason to me. It just defies reason. You know, children should not be eating till they can sit, till they can feed themselves, until they've got teeth to chew it with. And when children are given slop, you know, they can get to even 3, 4, 5 and they won't eat anything unless it's slop. But when children are given solid food, like what I was saying, when they can sit and suck on it, their little teeth at the front make little chews.
From the discussion so far, it's clear that the mouth plays a vital role in the digestive process. As the first point of contact for food, it is also the only place where we have full control over what enters our bodies. With its alkaline pH, the mouth begins the breakdown of starches with the help of salivary amylase, preparing food for the next stages of digestion in the stomach and intestines. This underscores the importance of chewing thoroughly, not just to mechanically grind food, but also to activate enzymes and optimize digestive efficiency. For young children, the development of baby teeth is crucial as they begin to explore new foods. However, it's essential to ensure that the foods introduced are suitable for their stage of tooth and enzyme development. This careful approach protects their still developing digestive system and lays a strong foundation for gut health in the future. With this understanding, we can now delve into another equally important aspect of digestion in the mouth, the role of enzymes in breaking down saturated fats. Despite their unique properties, saturated fats also begin processing in the mouth, thanks to lingual lipase. Let's take a closer look at this fascinating process.
The other enzyme that's in the mouth, you have sublingual glands under your tongue, and they release lingual lipase. And lingual lipase is an enzyme that breaks down short and medium chain fatty acids. So the ptyalin breaks down the starch, and saturated fat, which is your medium and short chain fatty acids, are broken down in the mouth. Now, the most amazing and beneficial saturated fat is the coconut. So coconut is unique. The breakdown begins in the mouth. It's an amazing oil. Now let's move on down to the esophagus.
In the mouth, digestion begins with the breakdown of starches and saturated fats, setting the stage for the rest of the digestive process. Starches are broken down by salivary amylase, while saturated fats undergo their initial digestion through lingual lipase released by the sublingual glands beneath the tongue. This unique process highlights the mouth's critical role in initiating digestion. However, digestion in the mouth is not limited to enzymatic activity. Chewing is equally vital. Proper mastication not only breaks down food mechanically, but also ensures thorough mixing with saliva, activating enzymes, and preparing food for efficient processing in subsequent stages. From here, the partially digested food moves to the stomach, where the environment changes dramatically. Unlike the alkaline conditions in the mouth, the stomach operates in an acidic environment, which plays a pivotal role in digestion. Let's explore how this acidic environment activates specific enzymes, protects the body from harmful microbes, and further processes food, particularly proteins, in preparation for absorption.
So the stomach is the next organ of digestion, and the stomach is not an alkaline environment, it is an acid environment, and it's very important that it be an acid environment. You see, the folds that line the stomach are like this, and they are lined with gastric glands, and 2/3 of those gastric glands release mucus. And what that does is that provides a thick mucosa wall protecting the stomach about what is released in here. Now, what's released here is pepsinogen, and the other enzyme that's released there is hydrochloric acid. Now, in an acid environment, pepsinogen and hydrochloric acid unite to release pepsin. And pepsin is the enzyme that breaks down protein. So the only food that's broken down in the stomach is protein, and it's broken down by pepsin. Hydrochloric plays a very important role. You see, hydrochloric acid not only unites with pepsinogen to release pepsin that breaks down the protein, but hydrochloric acid is antifungal, antibacterial. So if any fungus or yeast or bacteria happens to be on the food we're eating, if you've got nice strong hydrochloric acid, it basically annihilates it. And you can see why God meant this union to happen here, because if pepsin was here, pepsin could start breaking down the lining of the stomach. Something also is released here, and that's the intrinsic factor. The intrinsic factor is very important for the absorption of B12.
The digestion of saturated fats beginning right in the mouth, facilitated by lingual lipase, clearly demonstrates that digestion is not merely a sequence of steps, but a sophisticated system of interactions between organs and enzymes. Chewing food thoroughly not only activates enzymes, but also creates optimal conditions for the subsequent stages of digestion. This highlights that every stage of the process has its own significance and requires proper support for the digestive system to function efficiently. Next, we'll explore additional factors that can influence the body's digestive capabilities, such as the role of hydrochloric acid in the stomach. Unfortunately, common habits like drinking water during meals can reduce the production and effectiveness of this acid, hindering the digestion process. Let's dive deeper into how everyday habits can impact our digestive health and discover ways to improve this essential system's efficiency.
So what would cause a weakening in the production of hydrochloric acid? Drinking with the meals. You see, digestion is a chemical process, and that whole reaction I just showed you only happens in an acid environment. If people are drinking with their meals, it waters down the acid so you don't get that connection. And it's an American habit, isn't it? Certainly an Australian habit. Michael and I go to a restaurant and the waiter, what's the first thing he asks? What will you drink? No, we won't have anything to drink. Oh, we'll just bring you water. Now, if we say no, thank you, every waiter in the restaurant is coming to us. You don't have water? We let them put the water there. Okay, it just keeps them quiet. I think it's because people are so busy, they've got no time and they sit to eat. Oh, I haven't drunk. And then they drank water. And a lot of people think they'll just wash the food down. Wash the food down, they basically wash all their digestive enzymes away. We should be stopping water ideally half an hour before the meal, resume about an hour and a half after the meal. That hour and a half allows time for those digestive enzymes to start their breakdown. If someone's thirsty after a meal, by all means have a mouthful. But large fluid with the meal will water it down. Also, when people are eating every couple of hours, you see, we have one stomach. And that stomach, there's much research to prove this, that one stomach takes 3 to 4 hours to digest. And then that stomach loves a 1 hour rest.
Protecting and optimizing the acidic environment in the stomach is absolutely crucial for effective digestion. The habit of drinking water during meals can weaken the necessary levels of hydrochloric acid, preventing the body from digesting food efficiently and disrupting the breakdown process. The stomach requires adequate time to complete its work before the food transitions to the next stage. Therefore, maintaining healthy eating habits and allowing the stomach to rest between meals are vital for the overall functionality of the digestive system.
And then we move through and come to the first part of the small intestine, which is called the duodenum. And the duodenum has 2 main organs that are emptying into it. Notice we've got the liver here, the gallbladder. The gallbladder is a reservoir for bile, and that bile duct comes down, connects with the neck of the pancreas and empties into the duodenum. It's an alkaline environment in the duodenum. And the enzyme that is released from your gallbladder, so I'll just do GB for gallbladder, from the duodenum, is bile. And bile is an enzyme that breaks down long-chain fatty acids, so this is your unsaturated fats. So a lot of those fats are vegetable fats, you know, found in your nuts and your seeds. From the duodenum, the pancreas also releases some enzymes in there. And the pancreas releases pancreatic lipase. And pancreatic lipase does the final breakdown of the unsaturated fats. They're the long-chain fatty acids. So bile starts it, pancreatic lipase finalises it. The pancreas also releases pancreatic amylase. And remember, ptyalin is a salivary amylase, so the amylase salivary amylase ptyalase starts the digestion, put on hold in the stomach, comes to the duodenum, and pancreatic amylase finalises the starch digestion. What's also released in the pancreas is trypsin. And trypsin is the enzyme that finalises protein digestion. So protein digestion is begun in the stomach and finalised in the duodenum under trypsin and chymotrypsin. So these are two enzymes that break down protein.
As food leaves the stomach and enters the duodenum, the digestive system transitions into a critical phase where supporting organs like the liver, gallbladder, and pancreas work together to ensure nutrients are broken down as efficiently as possible. The duodenum acts as a processing center, not only receiving food from the stomach, but also activating a variety of powerful digestive enzymes. Unsaturated fats, commonly found in vegetable oils, seeds, and nuts, begin breaking down with bile from the gallbladder before pancreatic lipase from the pancreas completes the process. Starches, initially broken down in the mouth, are further digested by pancreatic amylase, while proteins, which start their journey with pepsine in the stomach, are finalized with the help of trypsin and chymotrypsin in the duodenum. At this stage, every component works harmoniously to transform food into small molecules ready for absorption. However, this is only part of the process. Once food has been processed in the duodenum, it moves into the rest of the small intestine, where the villi takes center stage. These tiny structures not only absorb nutrients, but are also covered with billions of beneficial bacteria. These microorganisms not only complete the digestion process, but also play a critical role in protecting the body by blocking harmful pathogens and toxins from entering. This is the final yet remarkable stage of digestion, where the body absorbs essential nutrients to nourish its cells while also strengthening the immune system. In the next section, we'll take a closer look at the villi and the gut microbiota, the unsung heroes that maintain balance and overall health. Their collaboration not only ensures efficient digestion, but also profoundly impacts the entire body, from daily energy levels to the ability to fight off illnesses.
And as I showed this morning, that villi should have a thick turf wall. And that thick turf wall around it is made out of mostly Lactobacillus acidophilus and Bifidobacterium. There are trillions of microbes in there, but they're the two main ones, and from them most of them are made. And these bacteria is responsible for the final breakdown, the final touches of digestion. They're particularly important for the release of the B vitamins. That bacteria is also important for the absorption of your nutrients across and into the blood. And of course this villi has capillary networks all through it. Thick turf wall, those microbes are responsible for protecting the blood, wrong colour, protecting the blood against harmful pathogens that might be in the gut. And those microbes are responsible for nourishing the cells that line the gastrointestinal tract. No wonder I call it the grand finale of digestion.
The thick protective layer surrounding the villi, formed by beneficial bacteria such as Lactobacillus acidophilus and Bifidobacterium, is the key to efficiently processing and absorbing the final nutrients into the bloodstream. However, their role extends beyond digestion. These bacteria create a protective barrier that prevents pathogens and toxins from entering the body while simultaneously nourishing the cells lining the digestive tract, ensuring that the gut remains healthy and functional. Caring for and maintaining the balance of this microbiota is not only critical for digestion, but also profoundly impacts overall health. When the microbiota is disrupted, the protective barrier weakens, leading to serious issues such as nutrient malabsorption, inflammation of the intestines, and even an increased risk of chronic diseases. It's no wonder health experts often refer to this as the final and remarkable stage of digestion, where the efficiency of nutrient absorption shapes your overall well-being. But how can we determine if our digestive system is healthy or compromised? This is a complex question, as symptoms can sometimes be subtle and easily overlooked. To gain a clearer understanding, let's examine a real-life case of someone living with irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, a common yet often misunderstood condition. This story will help identify the signs of an unstable digestive system and offer practical solutions to restore and enhance gut health.
How do you know if the gut's working right? Let me give you a story of a man that came to our health retreat with his wife. He was 68, his wife was 67. I said, "What is your reason for coming to our retreat?" He said, "I'm here to accompany my wife." I said, "Right." I said, "How many bowel movements do you average a day?" Because I did a health assessment on him. He said 6. I said, "Oh, that's a lot." He said, "Yes, I've got irritable bowel." I said, "Oh, are you on medication?" "Yes," and he listed the anti-inflammatories and the cortisones. He said, "Yes, recently the doctor said I can do no more for you." I said, "Oh." And then I looked at what he ate. He loved bread, he loved meat, he loved dairy, and he loved sugar, and he loved a couple of scotches every night. You see, when you're healing an irritated gut, this is what you've got to do. Number 1, stop all the irritants. What are the irritants? Wheat, dairy, in fact, all the things he was having. Refined sugar, alcohol. All of these foods are like kerosene to a fire to an irritated gut. And he was having lots of them. Number 2, probiotic. Probiotic is for life. And that cortisone that he was on, it can break down that gut flora. The very thing he was taking to supposedly heal him, it wasn't at all. All it does is stop the gut being inflamed. And on all that medication, he's going 6 times a day. And number 3, there is a herb called slippery elm, and slippery elm coats, soothes, and heals the lining of the gut.
Improving gut health doesn't have to be complicated, but it does require the right knowledge and a practical approach. In addition to eliminating irritants like refined sugar, wheat, and alcohol, you can incorporate probiotics and herbal remedies, such as slippery elm, to help soothe and heal the gut lining. These small but impactful steps can make a significant difference in restoring balance to your digestive system. A diet rich in fiber from fruits, vegetables, and whole grains is also essential. Fiber acts as a prebiotic, nourishing the beneficial bacteria in your gut, those unsung heroes that support optimal digestion and strengthen your immune system. Don't forget to include fermented foods like yogurt, kefir, kimchi, or sauerkraut to add even more good bacteria to your gut and promote a healthy microbiome balance. In addition, managing stress is equally important. Stress can disrupt intestinal contractions, cause inflammation, and negatively impact digestion. Practicing stress reduction techniques like mindfulness meditation, yoga, or simply engaging in light daily exercise can improve not only your mood, but also your digestive health. Lastly, don't forget to stay hydrated. Drinking enough water throughout the day helps maintain the necessary moisture levels in your gut and facilitates the smooth movement of food through your digestive system. By combining these strategies, you're building a solid foundation for gut health, helping your body perform at its best every single day. Thank you for joining me in this video. I hope the information shared has inspired you to take meaningful steps toward better gut health. If you have any questions or thoughts, feel free to leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your feedback. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you won't miss any future health-focused content. See you in the next video, and I wish you good health and boundless energy.